Yeah, this is John with CyberShift Technologies. Um, in this video, we're going to cover real quick how to leverage n8n to monitor your Unifi Site Manager API for offline alerts for devices. So in this template, we're going to need some prerequisites here. So you can see that we're using the data tables that are built into n8n. If you come up and create a new data table, you can name it whatever you'd like. But there are some columns in here that we need to create first. So the first one is hostname, which would be a text string. The state, which is a text string. Alert start, which is a date and time. And then last alert sent, which is also a date and time. So once you have the data table created and you have those columns in there, we can go back to our imported template. And again, as a prerequisite, we have to fill some of the data into the data table to have everything work in our automation trigger down below. So what you'll want to do is come in here, you're going to open up the API call, and you need to replace your API key that's located right there. Once that's done, go ahead and trigger this by executing the run. It'll go through, it's going to parse the information, and it's going to preload our rows in the data table. So once that's done, you got green check mark, everything's through here. We can move down to this side. Same thing, we're going to look at the API call. We're going to update the API key with your key. And then from there, we're going to just look for red exclamation marks. We're going to come in to the data tables. What you'll do is you'll select here and you're going to grab the data table that's listed. That should be the one that you just created up above. Once you have that selected, everything should populate as green because we have our hostname fields. As long as everything is named exactly the same, you should have no problems getting this going. So do the same thing for the update Unifi alerts, upsert Unifi alerts, and then the recovery update alerts. Once those tables are all selected, we'll come into the SMTP settings here. You want to make sure that you have your SMTP relay set up as a credential, and then update your email. So you're from email, and then where you want that to go. That could be your ticket system. It could be just a shared mailbox, a group mail, however that works for your company or you personally. From there, we're going to go back. We're going to also update the same information here. Make sure your relay is set, your emails, and then also in this template down at the bottom, you could put your name or update your information here on both of those templates. So from there, once that's all set up, you should be able to trigger and let this flow work through. What it's going to do is it's going to trigger every minute. It's going to do an API call, pull all the list of data that's out there. It's going to pull and review all the hosts. It's going to parse the data, similar to what we were doing up here. From there, we're going to check the data table to see what's existing. So if it's already triggered for an alert, or if it is not triggered for an alert, that's where this logic here is going to more or less check to see what is in the data table versus what is in the parsed data. And then this logic here would be, let's say a device is offline. It's going to say true, come up here, it's not for recovery, so it goes false. It'll come down, update the table, and then send the offline alert. If the device is still offline for 4 hours, in that 1 minute frame, it's going to come through, and right here it'll say the alert is triggered. It's still within the 4-hour window. It'll come down and just update the table. But let's say that the device comes back online within that 4-hour window or after, it's going to trigger come through. The check logic is going to say that from the parse data that the device is back online. So it'd go true. It is a recovery, so it'll go true, send the recovery email that it's back connected, and then update the table. From there, everything should be working. It's going to reference the data table. Devices go online, offline, or rearm in that 4-hour window. So play around with it, see what you guys think. This was probably the easiest way I could think to do this. If you have improvements or suggestions or questions, feel free to reach out. Have a good day.